What's up, bitches? We are back. Warning. The following is intended for immature adult audiences. Please do not attempt any of the stunts, activities mentioned in this podcast, future podcasts, or previous podcasts. Old Sack Donald. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another unedited, unfiltered, worldwide Dump and Skate podcast, the #1 Beer League hockey podcast in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area, Pooler, Georgia area, Aurora, Oswego, and Naperville, Illinois area, and the countries of Israel, Canada, Colombia, Bosnia, and Saudi Arabia. I'm the podcast scheduler, social media content creator, official video and audio editor, the broken, old, and decrepit bender, the infamous ball buster, the one who doesn't lose sleep if you don't like me, unless you're my good friends, the core four, or your tricep, or my tricep has been on your back door. Sorry, I flubbed that because it's been so long since we've done a freaking podcast. I'm the podcast graphic designer and merch creator. I'm the admin's bitch and sounding board, Jeremy. I just spent 20 minutes listening to my co-host go on a scavenger hunt for a laptop cord Abdoo.
If that was a scavenger hunt, that was the worst scavenger hunt.
It was horrible. With me, as always, the man that makes this podcast possible, the only producer that doesn't do any editing, the talent of the podcast, but not on the ice, the most loyal friend and brother that will always have your back on and off the ice, the team dad, the one I used to nag about uploading podcasts, but now I have to nag, bribe, and maybe give some oral fixation promises just to do a podcast because it's been a long month. Jeremy Summer Teeth Holland. Why Summer Teeth? Because some are here and some are there.
Summer teeth and summer not. Oh,
I flubbed that one part. I'm sorry, but it really has been a month.
Apologizing to. It has been quite. I looked at the thing. It's been about 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. Oh man. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors? Welcome back to your favorite beer league podcast, the one and only Dump and Skate podcast, the apparently now regularly worldwide Dump and Skate podcast. We are super excited to be back with you guys. It has been several weeks. I have had a pretty busy several weeks over on my end since we got back from Jacksonville and did the last podcast. I was prepping to go out of the country. I'll talk a little bit about being out of the country because getting back was pretty interesting. So we'll tell the story about the tooth. And yeah, we got just general life info to get you guys filled in. And Abdoo has a pretty good bit here of things that have happened in the hockey world since we've recorded a podcast. I'm sure it's going to be like an entire NHL season's been played since we've last recorded or something like that. So before we go any farther, we want to give a couple of shout outs. Number one, we're going to shout out to our friends at B&R Sports. Those guys help us out and hook us up. And so we want you guys, if you need any hockey stuff, anything, gear, sticks, skates, all of it, jerseys, whatever you need, give those guys a shout, brsport.com.
For some of you that need extra small jock straps, they have those.
Yep, they do carry a full line of children's jock straps. And we want to give another shout out to a new partner of the podcast, Get Stitched. Get Stitched is hooking us up and helping us out with our very first run of professionally done Dump and Skate t-shirts. We got a couple of special ones that are kind of some one-offs. We're excited to see those.
One of ones.
But she is, excited. That's right. But she's going to help us out, and Karen is her name, Karen Raymond. And so I'm going to read her info really quick here. So Get Stitched offers high-quality custom embroidery, screen printing, and engraving. They are founded out of passion for creativity and the desire to provide the highest quality products and services. They've got over 30 years of experience in the custom embroidery industry. Is Karen Raymond's passion, along with her husband's Tom, to start Get Stitched in the Low Country in 2021. They pride themselves on delivering the highest quality products and services, as well as providing quick turnaround. They want to earn your business and help you stand out from the crowd. If you're a business owner, coach, or you just need something embroidered because you think it would look better, they've got you covered. custom swag for businesses, teams, gifts, and giveaways that are available for order, including several brands of shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, bags, hats, cups, and engravable magnets are all available to order. Give them a call. This is their number, 843-473-9939. You can shoot them an email. I don't have it, but I'll get it, and I'll give it to you in a second. Or you can text them today. Their website is getstitchedsc.com. You can go look them up there, get everything you need. That's getstitchedsc.com. Super excited to those. I have not seen the finished product yet. I don't know. When did she say she was going to have those?
You know what?
You got to follow
Hopefully next week they'll be
Gotcha.
done. I've seen some of the work that she's done. She's done a lot of hockey jerseys. She
Yep.
did, I believe she did stuff for the Ghost Pirates.
Yep.
She's doing our hats. We got a couple of hats just made for you and me.
Yep.
I did a lot of shopping around in the area, and she is super nice. Her work is super, super good. I don't know how long I've been searching for a good shirt person around here.
a good minute.
Yeah. So this person, I have a lot of trust in, and her stuff is amazing.
Yeah, we're excited. The shirts are gonna look really good. We've been advertising some pre-sale stuff for some folks. So if you haven't heard about it yet, and you're hearing about it now, and you're like, "Yo, I want to get one of those shirts," we're doing a limited run right out of the gate. So these are going to be the very first ones run. So if you want to be in on that, order or reach out to us and let us know ASAP. Any leftovers, we're going to be carrying them to Chicago with us to sell them out there. We know we're probably going to come back with nothing, and once the first run is done, we'll probably make some modifications to the second run. So if you want to be in on the very first set, hit us up right now as soon as you hear this, as soon as these silky voices touch your ears on the airwaves of podcasts and YouTube. Reach out to us, send us a DM, let us know you're in, let us know you want one, and we'll go ahead and put you down for one. So limited sizes and things like that. Just because, like I said, we're making a first run, so we've got a limited number of shirts. We've already got some of them spoken for, so if you want some, hit us up quick. Speaking of Chicago, the inaugural Zeros and Dump and Skate Chicago Men's League tournament is coming up very, very soon. We're a little under 2 months away from that, so I'm super excited. We're trying to round all the teams into form now, but Abdoo, hit everybody with all of the details. If you still have not signed up, this is the info you need to know.
So it's August 22nd through the 24th. The championship will be held on the 24th. It's in Naperville, Illinois, my home rink. It's actually where my dad used to play, my brother used to play, I used to play. When we talked to Chelly last, or when I talked to Chelly last, it'll be the first game. After the first game, he's going to put us in different divisions, each team in divisions. 4 games guaranteed. And let's see, go to allseasonsicerinks.com for all the information there. If you have any questions, you can ask me, ask Holland. Go to allseasonsicerinks.com and just listen to more of our podcast, and you'll find out what's going on. Did I leave anything out?
I don't think so. Do you want to talk about your childhood skating there some more? Because that's super relevant to the tournament that's coming up in 2 months.
I'm just
Probably
saying,
not.
It's my home rink. It's what now? What now?
The dog put his nose on the cord for the earpiece, so he pulled my
We are
head
having
down.
cord
Dude,
problems.
I'm
telling
just
you,
absurd.
Like,
This is absurd.
You should just wrap
Get
it
us.
around your neck.
I'm trying to tell you. Let's calm down. So, yeah, guys, we've been talking about the tournament. It's been all over social media. If you can't find the info, reach out to us. August 22nd through 24th, 4 guaranteed games. Allseasonsicerinks.com. Go there, get registered. It's going to be a really exciting time. We're pumped about it. And so we're going to have some special stuff with us. We got a local wax company that we're going to bring some of their stuff along with us, try to get the word out all the way up in Chicago or in the Naperville area about their wax. I've been using it for the past few weeks. Love it. They do a great job with it. Tastes delicious. And so there it is. Welcome back. Welcome back, Holland. So yeah, we're really excited to be able to bring that stuff with us, advertise for those guys. And so, yeah, should be a really good time. Sounds like talking with Chelly that we've got a pretty good group of teams getting going started with. And Chelly did say that to make sure that things are relatively even matched, first round of games, everybody will be watched, graded out, and then bumped into an upper or lower division. And then gameplay will roll on from there. So, yeah, should be good. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we got 2 teams from the Savannah area going up there. I just talked to my buddy, John Marola. He said that if he's in town, he will play with us. And I just talked to a good friend of mine, Josh Hobbs, really good. He played in the Acha. He said if he can get a trade because he's a fireman, he will be playing on our team. So he said he's going to make it work. And he's a big fan of the Zeros, too. Him and his wife are big fans of the Zeros. So
Nice. Good deal. Well, it's been a minute, so let's get rolling, buddy. How the heck are you?
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since our last podcast.
I know, and since I've been rolling with a new employee at work, I don't call you as much in the car because I have a new employee sitting in the car.
Not because it's not because I'm not inappropriate, because I take that in consideration.
You do. Yeah, it's just because there's a guy in the car already, and he's usually talking or saying something. So I'll usually call you, but I don't chat with you.
Well,
quite as long.
Verizon called me the other day and said, "Hey, we noticed you haven't been using as many minutes on the phone. What's going on?
Do you want to drop your service?
Are you alive? Do you want to go to just
Do you want to knock off 4,000 minutes per month? Yeah, you can do that.
So, and then last week they're like, "Are you alive?" Because
There was nothing.
I was only
There was nothing. There's nothing I could do.
And then you're like,
So for those of you that don't know, last week the church I go to, we took a mission trip to the country of Ecuador. We were in a town called Manta. Manta is a coastal town over in Ecuador. So I have some personal friends. My wife and I have some personal friends, Will and Amanda Eason, that are missionaries there. And part of what they do is they run like an after-school ministry and help provide a lunch and help kids with school, and then also provide them a Bible lesson for kids that are, you just probably call them at-risk kids that are low income but wouldn't have a place to go. Otherwise, they'd just be at home by themselves if their parents are working. So Will and Amanda helped start that ministry, and Sarah and I are big fans of it. Our background is in foster care, and so what Will and Amanda do is really, really close to us. So we were there for a week. So yeah, being in another country, I was a little bit difficult to communicate with, for sure.
guy busts my balls talking about my home rink as a kid, and then we're talking about something so not relevant to hockey. So not relevant.
It's relevant to where the heck I was, why I've been gone for a week.
You could
Why we
just
lost a whole week.
Here's how I would have said it. Hey guys, I was in Ecuador for a mission trip. Something very close, near and dear to me. Sums it up right there. Yeah,
there's a huge difference here. I said, hey, give them the specifics on the tournament. Well, it's in Naperville, which is where I grew up and where I played hockey. It's where my dad played hockey. It's where my brothers played hockey. My whole family played hockey there. Tournament. Yeah, let me talk to you about the tournament.
I'm just saying it's my home rink. It's very near and dear to me. That's my chat GPT of it, all right? Very brief. Some people use chat GPT, types out everything. I'm just like, home rink, tell me about the tournament. You know, I could have gone like, so I started playing there when I was in, fourth grade. My brother played there when he was a mite, and then we just
one time I bought a really cool pair of Bauer skates from there. They were black, but they had blue letters.
Still haven't used them. Used them 3 times.
They were my favorite, but they hurt my feet.
They were made out of leather. They weighed about 10 pounds at that time.
Per boot.
I just looked at my outdoor skates, and they are the old CCM 652 Kevlar skates, and they really heavy. And I looked at the toque, and it was cracked.
Oh yeah, those all broke.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
all the time. Those were the craziest looking holder. Oh, you had a toque holder on a CCM. The Pro Lights, I think that's what CCM used to have on their tax lines, like back in the 1990s and 2000s. All of those always, I feel like they all broke. They were the craziest. They had like little stems that came down, like in a couple of spots. It was crazy looking.
Yeah.
But they had the easy change out blades, so you could like unbolt the like blade off of the runner. Whereas like a Bauer, you had to take the boot off and stuff,
Yep.
or try to drill a hole to get it in the
I
boot to
feel
get
like
it
the
out.
CCM skates, though, when you take the bolt out and you didn't put them in, sounded exactly like Radix skates,
They click.
like a little bit of squeak.
Everything's
I
click.
feel like I need to do like an oil can, like all click.
I remember guys used to have stuff that would click. You'd hear them put their foot in like
Yes,
click, click.
yes.
Sounded like tap shoes on the ice.
Do you know what I'm talking about with Radix skates? How he has,
Radix is because he tapes his whole top of his boot though.
but he doesn't even use tape, like real tape. He
He
uses
used
like
packing tape
packing tape, which
and like
I
a whole
get it.
roll.
I get it. There's no hockey stores down here, but you go to bnrsports.com and get all their stuff.
But I think I think he likes packing tape. He has stick like
You know
sock
what?
tape he can use.
He probably works at like UPS and just
He
takes off.
doesn't though, but he doesn't. We used to do that when we were kids. That was when playing roller. We used a little different, but we had all of the postal tape. We would go to the post office and be like, "Hey, can we get a roll of postal tape?" Post office used to give that stuff to you. Like, yeah, here's a roll. You're like, I got some package. So there were always kids at every tournament that had postal tape all over their pants, like sock tape. It was that was the cool thing to do.
So, right out of men's league, when I first started playing, my garter belt broke, so I just started using sweatpants. So I used sweatpants all up until actually maybe about 5 years ago. I was still down here because Cal made fun of me, said I had the ugliest looking sty on that. And Marola would make fun of me. He's like, Abdoo, you work here. I'll buy you some socks. Stop
Just
wearing.
get a jock, big dog. Just go
I
buy a
would-
new jock.
I would wear sweatpants, and I used electrical tape at one point.
I used electrical tape. I liked electrical tape because it stretched.
Yes.
I hate sock tape because if I tape it too tight, it's cutting into me the entire time I'm using it. Electric tape, I can tape it really tight and it stretches immediately, and it's pretty comfortable.
I used duct tape, and everyone was like, "Yeah, I've used duct.
You used
Yes,
duct tape?
seriously. I used Gorilla Tape at one point, and then I ripped it off, and then like the whole
It
my
took
whole
half
sweat.
your
I
sock with it.
Yeah, I had to.
You ripped a strip. You ripped a race stripe into your
whole-
sweatpants.
Well, at that point, it just took off the whole thing, and I just had shorts. I looked like Will Hall at that point.
Rolling out
My
there.
shorts were
just
totally
exposed
unlevel. Yes.
shinnies.
Yeah. But Hobbs'
Like-
wife, Lemke,
like
would make fun of
Tarzan.
me. Oh, everyone
Yeah.
would make fun of me. They're like, you look so dusty. And I go, well, it's par for the course. I mean, it's how I play.
The
But
looks
yeah,
match the game, baby. The looks
Gorilla
match
Tape,
the game.
the Gorilla Tape was a bad move. I mean, that was taking like layers of skin through my shin
Threw
pads.
your shinnies off.
Oh, yeah.
How did this adhesive get onto my leg?
Oh, man,
You don't have any hair to speak of, so it
that's
was just
why.
peeling.
That's exactly why. Like,
Just peeling the outer layer of your dermis off.
yes.
Holy crap!
Yep.
Oh man. So let's address the summer tooth, really quick. Oh gosh. So I had the trip to Ecuador.
Total hockey
And-
related, too.
Totally hockey related. Well, it is sort of hockey related. So I got back. My tooth's been bothering me for like 6 or 8 months, like biting down on things. It's hurt intermittently and all. And so I've had a couple things of dental work done or whatever. And I thought maybe like something just was not 100% clicking. But anyways, so I get back in town from the trip, and the first or second day I'm in town, I think it was Monday evening I called you or texted you. I think it was Monday.
Yeah.
So I've been back in town a couple days, and I'm sitting down eating a snack before I go run somewhere. And the next thing I know is I bite, and I'm like, wait a minute, something really hard is in my mouth, and I can feel.
And it wasn't a penis. It wasn't a penis.
Definitely not. I'm glad you could amuse yourself like a child. So I feel like a rock in between my teeth, and then I realized that like the side of my tooth is all of a sudden really rough against my gums. So sure enough, it's the outside of my tooth just shelled off, and I went to the dentist, and apparently there's a filling in that tooth, and apparently when you have fillings, it works kind of like a spike or a wedge, and over time it can shear off your tooth if it's big enough. That's exactly what happened. So I had to sit in the dentist chair for like 2.5 hours Tuesday morning while they ground down the tooth and put on a temporary crown. So I have a acrylic molded tooth currently until the permanent metal crown. I tried to make a Marvel joke. The lady was like, it's some sort of like adamantium, like some kind of metal. And I was like, oh, is that like the vibranium stuff from Wakanda? And she looked at me and was like, huh?
I don't
And I
get it
said,
either.
you're not a Marvel movie. She goes,
not.
no, I've never watched those. I was like, well, that was great. So
Me neither.
all these years playing hockey, I've gotten a couple scars on my face from pucks. Never lost a tooth playing hockey. I lose a tooth eating a potato chip and a sandwich sitting at the table. Unbelievable. So summer teeth right now.
Yep.
I'll be metal mouth man here directly in about
Exactly
4
like
weeks.
A true hillbilly now.
Yeah. I was going to be like, just pull it out and leave it out. And apparently they don't like to do that because it makes a mess of your mouth. So, oh, well, it is what it is. So,
All right.
things that have happened in the hockey world since we last had a podcast. Go
Here
ahead.
we go.
I know one of them is stupid team won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. All right. Things that happened in the hockey world since our last podcast. I'm just going to go down the list and we can build from there. I don't even want to give them praise, so I'm just going to say the Oilers lost their second straight.
Okay, let's just talk about it for a second.
The Panthers won back-to-back.
I know. It is a good look. Credit where credit is due. Bobrovsky's an incredible goalie. That's the only nice thing I can say about him. Let's move on.
Okay. Matthew Schaefer was the number 1 draft pick.
Shave who?
Schaefer.
Who is she?
Who is who? What? Your stupid
shave
joke.
her. You said
my
shave
God.
her.
Good God. The NHL expands the season in 2026, 2027 to 84 games instead of 82.
Saw that. And they shrunk down the preseason.
My sister and my favorite player in the NHL is back. Captain Sirius Jonathan Toews signs with the Winnipeg Jets.
Wait, you said your sister
Yeah.
and Jonathan Toews?
Yeah, my sister signed with the Winnipeg Jets. No, my sister and my favorite player is back.
But hang on. What do you mean your sister's back?
Jesus, Holland, your jokes are not funny.
I don't understand what you're telling me.
My favorite player, along with my sister's favorite player.
Oh, got it. Me and my sister's favorite player is how you should have said that.
I guarantee you everyone else understands what I was saying.
No one else understood it. You were saying it like your sister was back from something.
All right.
My sister and Jonathan Toews is back.
All right. Well, then help me reword this one if I did it incorrectly.
I'm here for you.
Some of the Zeros guys, the Zero Travel Boys, went to Atlantic City for a tourney and it took over the whole city.
I was like, wait, that can't be right. Apparently, Reno is not to be traveled with.
Or don't stay with him in a room. Or like if he invites you to stay over at his house, or if you share a room with him, don't room with. What are you doing?
The dog, man. The dogs are like, Dad's
It
back.
looks like he's getting in deep. He was getting in deep.
Well, I moved my chair
Like
and then he
had
put his
butt
wet.
Tourette's. Like a butt.
butt
Like a
I jumped
twitch.
backwards because I was scooching away from the table a little in the chair, and then the dog put his leg or his wet mouth on my leg, so it made me jump.
This is what
Go
happens
ahead.
when I read the introductions.
Tourette's. Come on, butt Tourette's, go.
When I read the introductions and I see you or I don't see it, throws me off.
What is butt Tourette's, anyways? What does that mean?
You
Is
know
that
how
like
you get a
when
twitch?
you fart? Is that like
get
when
a
you fart and you just can't control it?
Involuntarily
randomly-
fart.
Involuntarily farting. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't
like
control
an
it.
action fart when you make a sudden movement, it just pops out.
I have anal Tourette's. It's not my fault.
This isn't official, but I heard from a reliable source, hashtag DCups, Atlanta will be getting its third chance at an NHL team.
Also non-official. Well, I'm not going to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to add to it and make it much worse, but go ahead.
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
understand. Our custom stick order came in.
Yeah, keep calling about those sticks, baby. You'll get them eventually.
I'll leave them outside. Come pick them up.
High theft neighborhood, from what I heard. So you got to be careful.
I don't live in the ghetto. It's not like I live. Where was
you
it?
got those
The
old-
mall. I don't live by the mall where the shooting just happened.
Oh, relax. I actually know a couple people that were there.
Well, here's
a couple
the thing.
of kids that were there.
I was trying to watch the news, and then they interrupted the news for that news.
Well, Sarah got home from eating dinner with some friends, and she was like, "Did you hear about this?" And I said, "No, I've been cooking."
Is it
dinner
really
the
that
entire
big of a
time."
deal? I feel like there's always shootings in
Not there, no.
Okay.
Not there. But we do know a couple of kids that were there. They go to church with us, and we're close with their parents, so they're stuck there. Actually, they can't get back in their car because the police have
Right.
basically blockaded the parking lot. They were right outside of a store, and the store employees, when it started happening, grabbed them, pulled them into the store, and told them to exit out through the back door of the store. So they got out of there, but then when they tried to get around to their car, the police had already made it there. Like, you can't get to your car. Sorry, it's all blocked off. So they were stuck. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, not good. Anyways, moving on.
The NHL,
what?
The NHL implemented a new rule starting in 2026, 2027 that all players or all new players are required to wear net guards. Unless you're already playing now, you grandfathered
Correct. So
in
you'll
where
get
you
the
don't have to.
grandfather about the visor, just like the visor stuff.
Another one of my favorite players and my sister's favorite player, Patrick Kane.
Another one of mine and my sister's favorite players.
Patrick Kane signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings.
Woo! That one's Citizens Arrest. Whoop whoop. That one's for you, Seymour.
What do you live under a rock? Zegras is to the Flyers.
Such a weird.
What?
That's a weird move.
Cooch wasn't even happy about it either. I like Zegras.
I like him. I think he's super slick. I mean, he's like a $175 soaking wet.
Right.
And so
I agree, but
he's just. This was
I
our
would want him on my
conversation
team.
with. I would too, but you need. I don't know if Philly's.
He needs a better
roster very
supporting
well.
cast.
Yeah. I mean, he can do. I don't know. I'm not going to compare him to other people. That's not fair to him or anybody else. But yeah, he needs. If he's the only one you have to worry about, that's why he gets hurt all the time. It's my opinion.
He could have gone anywhere.
Well, he went pretty high in the draft a few years back when he went to.
He wanted to
Anaheim.
play with his best friend.
Yeah, didn't his best friend move with him?
His breast friend?
Best.
Is it the tooth? The tooth got you?
The
tooth. His best friend.
Hey, my jaw still is killing me. I told you earlier today, it felt like those two little 130-pound ladies just like punched me in the jaw for 2.5 hours. So,
and I said people pay for that. Like,
yeah, I had to pay for it. I just didn't want that to happen. So,
TJ Oshie retires.
Wow, I didn't actually hear that one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
I dig him. So he officially retired. And last but not least, this is gonna be like Princess Barbie overreacted.
Cancel the party, Barbie.
Yep.
Cancel the party, Barbie.
Overreacted.
Lost her mind in the group chat.
In the group chat, overreacted.
Dude, let's just talk about that for a second. So we got a group chat of our guys that traveled last year to Nashville. We did the Jacksonville stuff. So it's probably got, I don't know, 12 or 13 guys in the group chat that have all traveled this at various times. And so we've got a loose idea of who all's going to Chicago. There's been a couple guys that have either have a busy summer or work schedule stuff that's kind of starting to get in the way a little bit and potentially might not be able to make it. We've got a couple guys that had said from the jump that they weren't going to be able to go. Obviously, Corey's deployed. He's not going to be able to go. All the guys that can't make it are not thrilled about that. But we still had a core of about 7 people. So we're rolling right along. We just need to pick up a couple extras, and we'll be just fine. Like we're in good shape. And so out of the freaking blue, Cancel the Party Barbie climbs in the group chat, the one and only Antonio Pontonius climbs in there. I had just gotten back in the country. I was getting 12 hours worth of sleep all in one night because I hadn't slept for more than like 4 hours in a 72-hour span.
12 hours.
I don't even know that it was that good. And so I wake up after I land Saturday after the craziest travel home, and I go to bed at 6 p.m. I wake up the next morning at 6:30 a.m. to like 42 text messages. I'm like, what has gone on? Of the 42, 36 were all in our team chat. And it was all launched off by Cancel the Party Barbie jumping in there and being like, do we know who all's going? Because I'm not going if everybody's not going. And if we can't have everybody go and it's not going to be a time where we can all hang out and we're not going to be able to do this, this, and this, then we just need to cancel it. What are you like? I don't know what happened to him that made him decide to send such an aggressive and overreactive text. But my initial reaction was to say, hey, look, there are 7 confirmed guys. All we need to do is confirm that we have a goalie, which we already knew. Kyler had told us a while back that he was good to go. We just needed to reconfirm that. We do not need to panic and start throwing up alarm bells and saying things like, let's cancel the whole tournament. Right. Not to mention, it's a freaking zeros and dump and skate tournament. Why on earth would we not try to make sure that we have a team there if our names are literally on the face of the tournament, you dummy? So I wrote in and was like, calm down, Cancel the Party Barbie. We're good. We just need a couple extra people. There's no need to overreact. So, and then Pete took some strays in the group chat about Atlantic City because those guys ended up, that Atlantic City tournament sounded like it turned out to be a little tougher than they probably initially thought it was going to be. And it happens every time, right? You go to a tournament, happened to us in Nashville. You go to a tournament, you're like, hey, we're going to play a nice C-level tournament. Everything's going to rock and roll. You show up and you're playing a team full of junior A kids. Yeah. It's like, well, hang on, wait a minute. You guys are not C-League. And they tell us, oh yeah, well, we were supposed to play in an upper division in this other tournament, but they were full. So we went over here and we joined this one. So we play a team that's literally an F-level team. We play a team that's sort of kind of evenly matched with us. And then we play a team full of 25-year-olds that all just got done playing juniors. Not fair, not cool, not the way we would have planned it, but what are you going to do about it, right? Like, it just happens. Sound like the same sort of thing happened in Atlantic City. They got signed up. There were supposed to be 2 divisions. The guys were supposed to play in a lower division. Surprise, not enough teams signed up. And
that could very well happen. Not enough teams sign up this time, but it doesn't mean you just throw in the towel, act like a bitch.
I quit. If I can't win, I quit. All right, well, then sell your gear and go, buy a cheerleading outfit, for crying out loud.
If that was the case, I would have quit the B League and the 40+ this past season.
I was trying to get all of you to quit based on the teams I built. None of you would.
You got Rossi to quit. Rossi stopped playing.
I got one.
Mission accomplished.
I got one.
Our best player's gone. But thank God we got Gino. Not Grant, but the other Gino, the one that just falls down when no one's around him. And then, that was an even trade. Rossi's gone.
We got Gino.
The guy that gives himself a concussion and breaks his shoulder when no one's around him.
Who concussed himself and broke a rib without touching anyone on the ice.
That's skill. That's a skill set right there.
That's incredible.
And then we got Will Hall. I mean, look.
Will Hall was the B-League guy.
Yeah.
So can we talk about B-League for a second? We had said we wanted to talk about this a while back. And we have some pretty unique players. I think we've talked about almost all of them at various times. But one of the ones we talked about that we didn't ever get on the podcast was Hoffman, and how there's very clearly like 2 versions of Hoffman. So when Hoffman plays with us in B-League, it's like his GPS is broken. He's just meandering around the ice. We can't figure out like where he's going. Like he carries the puck up the ice and you're like, great, we're going to make the blue line. Here we go. So we're all running up the ice even with him. And then randomly he just turns to the right and doesn't make the zone and everybody else goes into the zone. And he's looking at us like we're crazy. And it's like, Hoffman, what are you doing? Like, why did you turn? Just keep going. There's nobody in front of you. And so we get B-League Hoffman that forgets how to skate where he's supposed to, doesn't pass or shoot particularly well. And then we go into 40+ where Hoffman plays on an existing team against us, and all of a sudden he's like a superstar. He
guy is like an
goals.
A-leaguer.
Yeah.
A-leaguer.
And so it became this running like question we had to ask him every time he showed up for a B-League game. Like, are we going to get the 40+ version of you? Or are we just going to get the zeros B-League version of you? Because we'd prefer the 40+ version of you if that guy could ever show up. He never showed up for B-League. I was a little disappointed. We got broken GPS Hoffman the entire time.
It was the Tom.
The
It wasn't a Garmin. We got the TomTom.
Dude, I got to tell you, did I ever tell you the story about Sarah? We were traveling me and my middle brother were traveling to an adult tournament long time ago. Sarah and I think we had just been dating for like 6 months maybe at the time. And we had the portable Garmin GPS units, right? So I had it stuck on my window. We were rolling along. And I kept saying something like, because I'm weird, I would talk to it. I'd be like, okay, thanks, Garmin, or whatever. And of course, she talks to, she's like, turn right ahead, turn left ahead, all other stuff. And so we get all the way there, and Sarah looks at me, dead serious. She goes, why do you keep calling her Carmen? Did you name your GPS person? And I said, are you serious? Read the thing. It says Garmin. I'm saying Garmin. She goes, oh, I thought you had named her, and she was responding to you calling her name.
Oh,
so.
Man.
Yeah, that was rough. Man. And I still married Sarah after that. This was pre-marriage.
Oh, she lost your cord. You can
bounce.
You can just get rid of her. She lost your cord. You can get rid of her.
She's been making me laugh for 17 years since.
She's not allowed to go to Chicago.
Don't worry. We don't have a Garmin GPS system anymore. We have Siri.
Oh, you have Waze.
That's right. I have Waze.
Which ways? That ways? Which ways is he? Which ways is Hoffman going?
That's Hoffman. That's Hoffman. Hoffman's got the broken ways. Which ways? Yeah, we'd like to know too.
He's like, he makes that U-turn at the blue line because he's like, oh, there's a cop right there. Someone put the cop.
The road. It's like that Allstate commercial where the guy's like, I'm your GPS system or whatever, recalculating. Like, I think that's constantly going on in Hoffman's head. He's headed up the ice, and then all of a sudden the chaos from Allstate guy shows up and just starts screaming, recalculating in his ears. So he just turns because he's like, I got to figure a new route. Like, no, just go that way.
Yeah.
North-south, man. Just go north and south. What the crap?
What was his, when we were busting his balls about that, what was his comeback? Did he just be? Well, I don't even remember what his comeback was because it was so long ago. I mean, he could.
I don't know that he had one. I think he laughed about the fact that we were like, "Hey, we're gonna get 40 plus. We're gonna get B League Hoffman." He was like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, great. Neither do we. Then that's fantastic. So nobody knows what this is gonna look like. Oh man,
our B League team was the Bad News Bears. Like there was like, didn't Pepper break his stick? Oh no, we did a seance on his stick.
We did. Pete made us do it. It made me really uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the more uncomfortable things I've ever been a part of in the locker room. It kind of felt
got the
super
holy
weird.
Water. I was like, I compel you to play better.
I was like, I don't want to. Pete was like, give me your stick too. I said, no. I don't. It's okay. This feels like really feel like we're getting into an area I don't want to be in. So, but yes, he did that. Definitely did that with Pepper's stick. I don't remember if it worked. Did Pepper all of a sudden? Because Pepper was hot and cold too. We were all so hot and cold. It was.
I didn't score a single goal in
the whole second season.
Second season in any of the leagues,
except for the C League that you weren't supposed to be playing in.
Oh yeah, I only got one, but Lemon M let me know that he scored so many more, even though I was at goal cap.
Yeah.
Lemon M, you suck, you cocksucker. I hate him.
That was aggressive. That was super aggressive.
Good
grief, man. Holy smokes. We had I quit Zach on our team. That was fun for V League.
Yeah.
Just randomly. I love the advert too. Tommy's like, I got a guy. He was really good. He's in the area. He'll be a lot of fun to play with. First game.
He's like one of us. One of us.
Yeah. One of the guys and like giving all, like hyping the guy up. The guy shows up. He's a good skater. He's not a bad skater at all. Halfway through the first period, he just disappears. Leaves the bench, is just gone.
I thought he was going to the locker room to get a dump and skate sticker to give it to the other team. Just tell him this
just left. Just flat left. We were like, Tommy, where'd your guy go? He's like, I don't know. So turns out the guy was going through some personal stuff a little bit that we was trying to get kind of sorted out. So it took him a few weeks. But like second game he comes and plays. And when we found out he was going through some personal stuff, I didn't want to bust his balls too hard. But I was kind of like, is he going to leave? I asked Tommy, I was like, is he just going to leave again? Tommy goes, I don't even know, man. So Buddy gets out there. And then he's
like, I'm in for the next game. And then we're like, cool, we won't get any subs. And then next thing you know,
no shows. We have like 6 people.
Yes.
Ugh.
Hey, anyone want to play? Here's Andrew Robertson. I'm ready to play. He's still suited up from, the very first game, even though we were the third game.
Four games ago, he's still wearing all his same gear.
He is a sub groupie.
But I mean,
there's nothing wrong with it. He just loves to play.
I was going to say, it's not really like a groupie. He's like a subaholic. He just like
he's going to do that at the tournament.
He will literally like keep his bottom half on and walk from locker room to locker room and be like, "You guys need a sub? You guys need a sub? No, okay, I'll stay anyways, just in case."
Yep.
So the guy just wants to skate. So I'm not. We had a guy on my at the very first year. He played. He paid for 10 or 12 games, whatever it was. The guy played like 30 games. He was not a bad game. He was playing like 3 and 4 games a night. We were like, Whit, if you could just make sure that you're still fresh for our game, that's the most important one, all right? Just please. He was like a hired gun that first season, just all over the map. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, so I quit. Zach comes back second game, makes it through the first period, thankfully, gets into a bit of like a little shoving match along the boards for a loose puck with Ponton. And Zach was kind of an aggressive player, not in a bad way, but like, he'd fight for the puck a little bit. I think some words must have been exchanged because he quit again. Like halfway through the second period, he left again.
Well, he was like, what? There's no team going to the tournament? I quit. And then Ponton, that's where Ponton got it from. He's like, I got a little bit of Zach. I give up. I quit.
Oh, gosh.
I quit.
That's brutal. Then we had 12 pounds of chicken man that I think made it to 4 games total and sadly is moving off of the roster because he's moving.
He's moving to where there's fresh chickens.
Believe it or not, even though he's moving to the northern states of this country, I'm pretty sure a small piece of him will still be within this zip code. So technically he could probably play.
He's so big.
Yeah. Yeah, when he sits down, like his left hip will still be in the 912 zip code.
When he goes into the ocean, he creates the tide. Is that what you're saying? When he goes to the beach, he's the only one with sun and his whole family's still pale.
The entire beach is. The beach is like, what happened to the sun? We thought it was daylight. Where'd it go?
Breaking news, the tide started and it hasn't gone down since.
We had Chris, why is my stick broken, Holland? That was a lot of fun.
But now Chris has got some nice, pretty little sticks. You want me to get them right in front of me?
Talk about Barbie. Talk about Barbie. No more cancel the party, Barbie. This is life of the party, Barbie. Chris Holland hockey sticks with these.
Look at these pretty little fellers. Actually, not even fellers. Look at these pretty little girls.
These pretty little daisies. This camera's not doing any good. Your background's jacking it up. Yeah, let's look at your green sofa in the background. That's going to be way better than the background.
Let me take my background out.
It looks like you're playing a violin right now or cello. Here, let me hold these real quick. Oh man, there you go. Look at those things. Woo, buddy. Ooh, boy.
That blue. Sorry if it's.
Look at does the lettering, is it pink too or no?
The lettering is not.
The lettering's blue. Yeah, it's just it's just the stripe. That's right. That's funny.
Gives me Pink Pony Club vibes.
Definitely. Turquoise Pony Club.
Yeah.
Turquoise Pony Club. So Christopher comes to me partway. He's like, "The sticks aren't working right." He's like, "All the heels on my sticks are broken." I'm like, "Well, if you stop slamming them into the ice after every bad play you made, you probably wouldn't constantly break your sticks. They're kind of expensive. You should probably stop doing that." So that was a lot of fun. Abdoo, I switch my stick every 3 shifts. Guy, that's always fun. How did that work out? Hey, I don't want to blow any of your like superstitious or your sort of stitious stuff, but how did that work out the entire second season where I'm pretty sure you played with like 5 different sticks? That's why I did it,
because I'm like, I'm not scoring with this stick, I'm going to go to this stick. I'm not scoring with this stick, I'm going to go with that one. Finally, I use a 50 flex.
You scored in the C League.
I scored in the C League with the 50 flex.
So was it the stick or was it the league?
Yes. Well, look, I scored on Papadopoulos. I think he's good
You
goalie
froze
unless
or
you
you're
play him in
thinking?
Jacksonville.
Okay, there it is. All right. It looked really bad for
Sorry.
a second there because you froze and the audio froze. So when you made the statement, you
Oh, it
said,
did.
"I think Papadopoulos is a," and then you just stopped. I was like, "Wait, is this a dig?" Because I busted Papadopoulos' chops when we played. I forget where.
Jacksonville.
No. It wasn't in Jacksonville. It was. I didn't give him a hard time, and then it was some other time he filled in for. Maybe he filled in for us in B League. And
Was
he
it the
said,
private skates?
it may have been the private skate.
I think it was the
And I
private
had
skates.
told him, he came over to the bench. He's like, "Sorry, boys." And I said, "Pop, don't worry, buddy. They only shot 5 times. You missed 4 of them, but you did get that one, so you're doing okay." And he was like, "Oh man, that's tough." And so,
No, that was.
that
Hey,
must have
who
been one
was
of
the guy that
privates.
called me a Bodo
A
on
Bodo?
my birthday? It was you at my birthday.
Adobo.
Adobo.
That was Borgie.
Yeah.
Nick Borgie's A-League
Oh,
goalie.
hammer time that night too.
Will
We
Will and him are buddies. They
Yeah.
live. They used to live together. I think they just live near each other now. But yeah, him and Will, right on, brother. Yeah, we're getting there. Sorry. Yeah, no, they were Adobo. What's up, brother? I was like, Adobo.
He's like, "Hey, Adobo." I look at you. I didn't know what he was talking about, and then he was actually talking to me. He's
it's
calling
you.
me.
It's not
and
not
then
me.
you and Pack just lost it, and then the whole night, I'm Adobo.
What's up, Adobo?
I am Adobo.
And then we saw that somebody took a screenshot, or no, this like a day later, Doug Fent sent me a message and said, "Hey, do you have Abodo's number?"
The one time, like, the guy is just so bad at texting. Good gosh.
Was that fireworks?
No, I'm by the mall. Yeah, it's fireworks.
Fireworks or a cannon just went off at your ears.
Here, D-Cups, come and get your skates. This is the ghetto that I live in, that Holland was saying that I live in.
It's not a ghetto. You just got old people that like nice things. So if they see something pretty sitting out, they might have a tendency to take it. You got a lot of those like free by the curb stuff over in that area. Facebook Marketplace, like, I'm putting this out by the curb, come take it. So people
Yes.
see things on the doorstep and they might think they're free. So hey, ask for what you're going to ask for, but don't cry over your spilled milk.
I got one nice neon green stick with the Ghost Pirates logo on it. You can come and grab it. Actually, it's 2. I mean, it's 1. It's 1 stick with my curve.
That's what everybody paid, was like $300 for each stick, right?
We gave him the yes. Here's my address.
Man.
I live over in Charleston. Come on and grab it.
Lives in Frogtown in Savannah. Just start knocking on doors. You'll find him eventually. Yamacraw Village. That's where Abdoo's look. Nobody's going to get that. Nobody that listens to this podcast is going to have a clue what Yamacraw Village is, except for maybe my brother.
I have no idea either.
Don't go knocking on doors there. I don't need to get a message later to be like, my kid went knocking on doors in Yamacraw Village and now he's dead. So let's not go do that, people. Bad.
Oh, now's the time. You know, Holland people listen to the podcast and they take you serious. They feel like they know you.
Which is
They
why
feel like they know you.
Just why I just said, don't do what I just said. That was just a joke. Everybody calm down.
Even if it's just, you know what? I pulled the old, I'm just kidding, even though some people may not have heard that. Some people may not have heard that.
Clearly. Have we shared pictures of the new rink going up on our socials?
No, but if you go to D Cups on Facebook, I'm sure he's just constantly posting. Like, it's like one of those slow, like, he takes a picture every day and it's just like getting bigger and bigger.
It's a time lapse. It's a time lapse photo.
Yes. And then he's standing right by there. Hey, I took this picture. Hey, I need you to next time you go to the site, just go, like, once it's a little bit more. It has like the ceiling on it and a little bit
Dump
more
and
of a building.
skate sticker.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, please do.
Got you.
Like, in a couple
Every time I've
places.
been over there, there's been workers all over it. So I'll see if I can't sneak in there and put something on there.
All right. Or yeah, we got to do something like.
Operation Dump and Skate Tagging.
Yep.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What is he trying to take your computer cord?
No.
Your heart rate monitor?
He's
your heart rate monitor?
I don't know where that's at. He's crawling into the dog's kennel. The dog crawled into the kennel with a toy, And he was like, oh, I'll crawl in here like an idiot with him. Let's not do that. That's the dumb things we try to do. Yeah, we'll see if we can tag something over there. Maybe I should just run around and put one on every single concrete panel they put up. They put up a bunch. So the city Savannah maybe posted a big picture. Maybe it was Port Wentworth did something. They took like an aerial shot, like with a drone, of all of the wall sections that they put up. So if you aren't familiar with the area, our new facility is being built in the city of Port Wentworth, which is about 10 minutes from my house. And they are doing prefab concrete walls. So a bunch of semi trucks came rolling in with these like 40-foot tall or 40-foot long concrete panels, and they have a big crane out there. They've been standing up one by one, and I had seen some of the stuff going in, like the infrastructure you need before that, and then just all of a sudden, like maybe 4 weeks ago, it was before we went to Jacksonville, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was before we went to Jacksonville. So maybe 6 weeks ago or so, I drove over there. I was like, holy crap, there's like 4 panels up. This is crazy. And I saw a bunch of trucks all over the place with panels on them. I was like, no way. They have all the panels here. And so a couple guys in the community had been circulating pictures of a single panel, like the very first panel that got put up. But at the time I saw that picture, they already had like a dozen of them. And so when I came back, I think from Jacksonville, I drove over there and they had like all of the panels up, like all of them. And so I drove back out there. It looks really, really good. So they should be getting roof stuff on relatively soon, and then it's going to be to start pouring floor and things like that. So we're rolling now. This is really good. I'm hoping from what I was told, that when stuff gets rolling, man,
Really close.
You better stay strapped, player.
Oh no, I'll beat him. I'll beat him with these pretty little sticks. I'll go out the nice little.
You'll run out the door. You guys better stop.
Stop it! Like my cane, beat him with the pink pony cane.
Pink pony cane. Yeah, we were told a while back that once they start rolling, that it'd be about a year before we'd be in it. So fingers crossed. Next summertime, we're full on
all year round.
Yeah. Nobody in my house is going to be thrilled about that except for me and Aiden. But it is what it is. So it's just going to mean a lot less money in our bank.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to have to start refereeing like every game I don't play so that I can afford to continue to play. Oh, man. So excited about that. So
yeah, and it's right down the road from your house. How convenient!
Dude, I'm
going to
live there.
How convenient is that?
We're going to end up living there. It's going to be like when I was 20 all over again, or like when I turned 16 and got my license. I lived at the rink, the roller rink we used to play at. I mean, I was there all the time. As soon as I got out of school, I'd drive over there, stay there till it closed almost every single day. So, and I was working there at the time too, so I was making money and getting to skate. It's best ever.
It is.
41 years old. I'm going to try to repeat that process.
God,
probably not
41.
a good idea.
You're still young.
Yeah. Just a young pup. Just a young pup.
Not your teeth.
Speaking of 41, that'll be the age of Brad, the Rat King Marchand, when, no, he'll be like 43 when his contract goes out. I think they say he's 37 now. They just gave him a 6-year extension. Yeah, so 43. Yeah. I think the premise behind that contract was so that he retires in Florida. I don't think they expect him to play the full 6 years.
Rumor has it that the Bruins were wanting to get him, re-sign him, get him back.
I still don't understand why they let him go.
Right.
That was a weird let go, and they had a provisional pick in there, and I understand it worked out because they won, and that's great. I think they got a first rounder out of it now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still, like, that's just such a weird thing to give up. Why do you offload your captain?
And then you want him 6 months later? You want him back 6 months later?
Was it a cap space thing? Because if it was a cap space thing, how in the world did Florida just re-sign all these guys?
They did. Like, they
but
got
so here's the deal.
Court.
Here's the deal. I've been talking to the kid that's been working with me, Grayson, is a big hockey fan. He actually likes the Blackhawks, so there's seriously something like mentally wrong with him, but that's okay. But he was pulling for Florida in the finals, and he was telling me, because he was stateside while I was in Ecuador, and he was like, "Oh, did you see everybody sign?" That I had seen. Maybe you sent me something and all, so I'd already seen it, and those guys all took team friendly deals. Yep. Like they all had to, and so he was like, "That's just crazy," and I said, "It's really not." Florida is a system team, and in order to be an effective system team, you got to have a lot of system guys that buy into the system. It's not about me, it's about team. And so why is it such a shock that a bunch of guys that have bought into the system, won 2 cups in the system, would then turn around and have a same mindset when it comes time for contract talks? It makes sense. The onus now is, can you find a team that can beat the system? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Can you find a team that can get into a 7 series game with them and beat the system? Toronto almost did it, but Toronto's going to Toronto. And so sorry about you guys.
They got rid of Marner too.
I saw that too. Where did he went to?
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, which is interesting.
I don't know why Vegas.
But Marner is like he's like Houdini. Playoff times come.
Oh,
he's like,
Corey?
Now you see me, now you don't kind of thing. Yeah.
And then Vander Kane, he left the Oilers to go to Vancouver.
Which I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he got
rid of Corey. They got rid of the they got rid of the jinx, Corey Perry.
Yeah. Yep.
So I feel better about that.
He went to LA.
So he can go play there so Edmonton can beat them in the first round again. That'll be fun.
Yeah, at some point you just don't want Corey Perry. Like, he's lost 5 straight Stanley Cup finals.
Wasn't 5 straight, but he's lost four of the last 5,
4?
I think, or something.
4 of the last 5? All right.
He
hasn't won one.
I think it was. Yeah, I know. It's brutal.
I mean, at some point he's like, oh, he's so used to losing. It's not a big deal anymore.
You think LA was like, we'll take him. At least we'll get to the finals.
We'll get there. At least we'll get there. At least we'll get there.
Once they get to the finals, they like bench him and they're like, just go sit down. We don't want you to skate. You're clearly a jinx. Thanks
or they
for
just
helping
Brad
us get
Marchand
this
him
far.
and they get rid of him like 6 months later. Like,
yeah, but that doesn't even. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. So, yeah, I was a little heartbroken for Edmonton. That was a bummer. I thought they were in a little better position, but. And then they
just
they
so
literally
good.
tried. Well, they literally tried every goalie they had. And nobody could stop a freaking beach ball. It was brutal. I mean, if Edmonton wasn't scoring 5 goals, they were losing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just
and it was a struggle just to get any goals.
And Bobrovsky does what Bobrovsky does in the playoffs, which is just, again, he's a freak and good for him. Like, but it's just so frustrating. So I don't know. Edmonton's got to do a little work. I felt like Edmonton played better defense. What kind of got Edmonton is the same thing that Florida gets with everybody, is they're a system. So they trap you cough up the puck, and then they capitalize on those, or they catch you off balance or out of position, and so they get an odd man break, and you're in trouble. So Florida just puts a lot of stress on you, and it's
the penalties too. The penalties killed.
Penalties got them in a couple of the early games, and that was, I think it was the game 2. They were just living in the penalty box. They can't do that.
That's when Florida knows we can just get under their skin.
Correct. Yeah, and Florida wants to play they want to play a physical game. There's nothing wrong with that. I got no problems with that. It's hockey. And Edmonton seemed to be okay playing the game, playing that physical game with them. So I got no issues with that. I do think, was it Kane that's a little bit of I thought that was a little bit of a punk move with less than a minute left in the final game. You know you're going to lose. And you're chasing a guy around, whacking him in his hand. Like, whatever bad blood you had, like, it's over, dude. Just be done with it. That's some Lemon bull crap for real.
And he didn't even do the handshake line.
Well, I heard the interview too, where he went. They told him to leave the ice. He was in the locker room. He got undressed and didn't come back out. And I thought I heard something where he was like, those guys were jerks the whole series or something like that.
You know what he should have done? Should have just punched the guy in the chest. I know a goalie that did that to one of my teammates.
Just grab him, yell at him.
Yeah.
Tell him it's bull crap, punch him in the chest. It's okay in the handshake line of the biggest game in your league. Yeah, that's totally acceptable. Should do that. So, I don't know. Edmonton got rid of the right guys, I think. So we'll see what they do building back. They need a goalie.
Yeah. Do you think McDavid stays the whole season?
Why wouldn't he?
I mean, he can request a trade. He'll be a free agent next year.
I mean, but why would he? Why would he leave?
All right. Suppose they got rid of, the jinx Corey Perry. They find out, hey, look, I'm not going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not getting any younger. Put me on a team.
I guess he could, but I don't know. I don't know McDavid that well, but
He's going to Florida. He's going to Florida.
he's not a system guy though. He wouldn't. I don't think he would do
he's
that.
not.
I don't think they'd take him.
Did you see?
Wow, that's stupid.
Did you
Yes,
see
they would take him.
the amount of time that he had on the ice in the 6 games or in one of the games? I think he had total time or total miles skated that Connor McDavid did in the finals was almost like I'm totally gonna flub this. It was over like 30 miles skated total.
Doesn't shock me.
And then the second guy with the next miles was only like 8 miles less. Yeah. So it just shows like how much he's skating. It was crazy.
He works. I mean, he is, to me, I think he's the best player in the game right now. He just, what he can do. I think it was the Florida series where he scored a goal that was just a nasty goal on a power play, or maybe it was a pass. I think
he made the pass is what everyone's calling it.
It was a nasty move that he then passed the puck, and one of the reporters were like, "Hey, how do you like train and practice that?" And McDavid was like, "Whoa." He was like, "Can you clarify the question?" The guy was like, "That skill, like, what do you do to like practice and train that?" And McDavid was like, "Oh," he was like, "Well," and so he starts giving like the typical humble hockey guy experience of like, "Hey, you know, you work on this, and this." And Draisaitl was sitting there and he goes, he's not going to say it. You don't train that. Like it just, you can't do that. Like it's just one of those things. And so, and I can appreciate McDavid being royally frustrated. I told you that I couldn't watch any more of the video stuff because post loss, he was doing the best he could to give Florida their flowers, and he knows that. They got beat. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. But in his frustration, I think he dropped an F-bomb and was just like, you know, they just freaking beat us. We didn't – he made the comment that we kept trying to do the exact same thing over and over and over, and it wasn't working.
We did nothing to change our – we did not. And then he goes in the locker room and yells at Corey Perry, "Get out of here. I hate you. You're a jinx."
I don't remember that part. But, yeah, it's just like – I get it. I get being frustrated after a loss. It's 2 years in a row you've made it there. You've lost to the same team both times. It's
one year he touches the conference championship, and then the other year.
So last year he didn't touch it. This year he
touch
did,
it.
Right? And everybody looked cross-eyed at him when he did touch it this year. I'm like, guys,
and when he said, "Hey, look, we didn't win it. We didn't win the Stanley Cup last year. Didn't touch it. Touching it this year. Maybe they'll change things up." No, what you do is you get rid of Corey Perry.
Yeah, make Corey Perry touch the cup. Touch it.
Make Corey Perry touch everybody's cup.
Just demote Corey Perry to equipment manager for the finals.
Oh, not even. Just get my water. Fill these water bottles up.
Yeah. Trade him to the other. Make him wear the other team's jersey in the locker room.
Yeah. Or make him watch one of my videos. Change something up.
But not you, sweet Connor McDavid. Not you. Oh, man. All right. We've been going for a while. We don't want to go too much farther. Good fun. Nice to be back on here.
It is. See you guys in another month. Thanks, Holland.
No, we'll be on vacation next week. We'll get a guest on. We'll have a good time.
All right.
I think last
Let's
time
get Corey Perry on as a guest.
Oh, gosh. Then our podcast will end immediately afterwards. No.
We'll get canceled because you can't. He lost your cord, too.
Corey Perry's the reason I can't find my laptop charging cord, you jerk. Holy crap. So anyways, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys listening to us. Glad we could be back, spend a little bit of time with you guys. We'll get another recording in this coming week. I'm going to be on vacation again.
That's what you said last time.
Nah, shut up. Because
your house has a leak. His house has a leak.
Oh, dude, you can't even see it in the background. I completely forgot about that I had a freaking water leak, and so there's a giant hole behind me in my wall still.
I sent it to
Rossi.
Rossi.
We're waiting on the stupid insurance company to give us answers.
I told Rossi to have the Debbie Downer finish his porch. Call Debbie Downer; he'll get it done right. Holland built his house from scratch, and broken
didn't
pipes.
build my house, you idiot.
Broken
I did
pipes.
not build this
There's
house,
a leak.
you moron.
He's got
Beats-
a well. He's got a well pump, and it's all leaking all over the place. He blames it on the dogs. Oh, my dog peed all over the place. Well, no, it's actually a leak. Who knows how long? Holland, how long has that leak been going on? Oh, it's been going for a while.
What a
There's
jerk.
black mold. My lungs are all messed up. I have ED because of the mold coming here.
Never said any of these things. Holy crap. I'll be on vacation next week, but we'll all have my gear with me, so we'll be able to shoot a podcast. I'm going to bring all my stuff with me, too, see if I can't get Aiden.
Use Gorilla Tape and put Gorilla Tape on the cord and on your laptop so no one takes it.
I'm going to get a padlock so I can lock my book bag once I put it in there.
Or you just tape your kids to the wall. Just Gorilla Tape the kids.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take my gear. Christopher should be down there. We're all going to be down there at the same time this year, so I'm thinking I'm going to text my brother that's coming in from Texas and see if he wants me to bring gear for him again. And
when he says gear, he's talking about hockey gear, Coach.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob. Didn't mean to get you wound up there. A little overexcited.
Coach is like, oh, peptide.
Oh, I'm coming to vacation with Jeremy. He's got gear there too. What kind of gear you got? So yeah, I'll see if I can skate, but we'll definitely shoot a pod next week. Should be good. So,
all right.
Oh man. All right, guys, we appreciate you listening. We'll try to make sure we're a little more regular this time, and I'm looking forward to upcoming tournaments, upcoming partnerships. We'll talk more about all that stuff on the next pod. So appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you next time. Love you. Peace.
Bye, bitches.